I am International Master Minh, and right now I'm trying to play a bit game with my subs in my main account. I want to play on my on my speedrun account, but sadly, it has been closed second times in 20 days. Oh my gosh. So now I'm playing in my main account, and I'm playing here with the subs. He's like 1670, 1669 in his repeat account. So hopefully the game can be really nice. And okay, Magic CM, okay, just please muted me, actually muted me, and okay, hopefully we can have a nice game indeed. Start, 1, 2, 3, go. We play black against him. Okay, sure. He played e4. Okay, guys. Now, what do you want to see? I can play plenty of stuff. So now for black, what do you want to see? d5 surely is not easy though. I don't think there will be a lot of guys who play this Scandinavian. Okay, let's say c5. I see a lot of c5 here. Let's say c5. Knife 3. Okay, now, that's the question here. This way. I can play both of these. Now, obviously my main thing is Nimzowitsch, for sure. I can also play the dragon. Okay, I think I will try to introduce my play again. And this is something I did say in my main, in my repertoire in chess.com. But here I will try to introduce it again. The Nimzowitsch Sicilian knife 6. This is the thing I try. I try to make the course in chat.com. Now I'm trying things introduce things again. This move is I think a very fun and very interesting weapon for black in in this games in Sicilian. There are plenty of guys who pre-move d4. You take a free pawn here, right? I did cross on this. Yes, it is. So okay, here on c3 is the thing. This is like the line which is a bit safe. e5 is the main variation, but you normally will play d5 if you know the theory. And c3 is considered to be safer. If I play d6 right now, he can play d4 and the game will be transposed to the main variation. Yes, it is. If you play like e5 here, like e5, and d5, c3, and will transpose to the R pin. Now, if I play d6, go d4, and it will be transposed to the main Sicilian. But since we are already playing the knife 6, we want to go for something pretty onward and pretty, upbeat variation. That's why here we don't go d6, we go d5. French, I don't think. If French, we need to play e6. But actually, we can. There can be a way. If we play the e5 here, and then knight 2, c3, I don't know. That can somehow transpose to French, I guess. Now, the normal theory should be taken on d5, I'm pretty sure. Guys, feel free to ask me a question. I'm trying to make this thing really instructive, and trying to explain everything I can. 95 taking 1 here. The main line is this or this. Let's see what you want to play. Queen takes here. This is considered to be slightly worse for him. Now my queen can obtain a nice square in the center, and actually it cannot be easily kicked out. Let's see what he do here. The thing I mean a lot here is which e2 or c3. I don't know. But in both moves, I am simply fine here for black. I will play this move here next, trying to get the center and then I can develop these bishops. That's all. D3. This is acceptable though. This is acceptable. The idea. B3 is also fine as well. B3 is something I meet a lot as well. This way. Also fine. But I can simply like just play knight c6 here and try and develop things normally though. D3. This is acceptable though, with the idea to develop the bishops. But simply it really is like, okay, goodbye knight c6 and good night. D3 simply block this bishop here. Knight c6. C4. C4 play queen d6, and this square will be next. I mean, will be weak for him though. And also the thing is that this d pawn will be the backward pawn, and that backward pawn will be an witness in the future. Should be 2 here. And now guys, you can see that right now you got 2 ways to develop the bishop, right? You got 2 different ways to develop the bishops. Here, so I will simply, consider g6. Why? First of all, so I am a Sicilian dragon player, so I love to fianchetto the bishops. Second, you can see that to compare with the diagonal here, for instance, this one will be much stronger, right? Much stronger, much more stronger, and have a lot of potential as well. Do you understand? You can see that right now it even makes it hard for him to develop the queen side. C3 seems to be a nice way, but C3 will really weaken the D3 pawn. Castles. Rook B1 maybe, Rook B1. I think just simply trying to developing here without doing much stuff. Should be 5 for us. Rook B1, I know that. Rook B1. That's why, I mean, how can we know this thing? I mean, this is the reason why he spent tempo play A3. Since now if he played Rook B1 first, this pawn here, right? This pawn here, this pawn would drop. So A3 Rook B1, and he defend the bishop of the pawn on B2, and next he will simply try to develop the bishops. That's his ideas, right? For us, we simply like focus on our thing. Queen A2, Queen A2 here, he can play Bishop E3 then, Bishop E3, I don't know, Bishop E3, take here, and Bishop C5. I'm not a fan of taking the pawn, since that can slow down our development, right? To D8. Actually here it's not the cases, but here first of all the thing is that he didn't understand the theory, and second here, yes, the queen is very dominating here, and sadly white cannot kill it out easy, right? He cannot kick out the easy. If you got any questions, you can feel free to ask right away, or simply you can try to write down, so that like in the game review we can try and go through all the things. C4 is very weakening, so I mean C4 will let this pawn backwards, and this D3 pawn will be so weak, right? C4 will be so weakening, and that should be considered the personal mistakes. Bishop D2, good move by him. Bishop D2 is good. Now, okay, time first find something to do. I mean, here so obviously we need to keep developing the pieces, right? There can be plenty of way. We can go this way, whatever. But here, so I think I should go for B6. B6. I love to fianchetto in this diagonal as well, and put more pressure together with the queen in this diagonal, on the main diagonal here. You're doing good job, Flempel. You're doing good job for sure. E5 is fine as well. Actually, if you play this move next, I play E5. But here, so my idea should be like try and get here, and maybe knight E4 in the future. I want to put my bishop in somewhere it can be the most efficient. And I'm actually angelic. Is Queen D3 any good? It's good. I think it's good for sure. And actually, how can a 1600 play that move? Actually, also that's good for sure. That's good for your opponent. That's really good for your opponent, to be honest. Now, okay, want to exchange the bishops? I don't want to for sure. And e4 can be a play, I can play e5. I'll play e5 here. e5. This pawn actually is pretty, I mean, you can see that right now we're having a lot of space, right? We're getting this space in initiatives. And the idea here is simply should be 7 next. And try and go for this diagonal. Knight g5. He's playing well. This is a good move. The idea is that he wants to play this move here, f3, right? He want knight e4 for instance. This is nice play by him though. This is nice play by him. But actually I don't think that should be so scary for us, right? We're simply developing. We cannot stop this one, right? So just developing and trying to neutralize in the diagonal. Should be 7. He's playing red though. G5 is a good move. He can't even think about knight e4 in the future. But okay, that square is not really safe. Queen d7, okay. Black is not crushing though. This should be black is slightly better, but there are still a lot going on. You can see here that, okay, so you're just like finishing your acting opening. This is only 14 moves on the boards. So everything is still going on here, and nothing can be guessed. Okay, e1. You see he's playing well, right? He's playing well. Simply put pieces in the semi-open file, where the rook should belong to. But now I start choosing his pieces back, a6. I start choosing the pieces back, f5. You know, simply getting even more spaces. The frog seemed to get really passive. You can see how passive he is right now, right? Very passive. The pawn just push up. e4 where? e4 where? e4 can take back on knight e4. That's what e4, right? I don't know. e4 here, take back knight e4. I don't think it's going to anywhere. I think I know what you want to do. That's not working though. Now actually e4 is a thing we can try and consider. Now actually e4 is something we can consider seriously. You can see we get some pressure in this file, right? Now e4 actually is good. I'm trying to, you know, make that works. I don't know. Okay guys, I think this can work. A bit tricky for sure. I mean, like, you know, if normally I want to tell you play rook e8 to defend the pawn in e5, but now we're getting the d-file pressure. That's why I'm playing e4. The idea is that if you play here, I play this move. We take c3 and the knight on d2 will be hanging. So this is like this slight, you know, I think like a small piece of combination to open up the e file, right? Bishop g7. Okay guys, a small question here. What do you think you can take here for black? What do you think you can take here for black? Okay, let's go here. Actually, here taking on g7 is the greatest. Taking here is worse. One can simply like escape with this move here. So this maybe you can even think this way as well. Taking g7 is great, but which way is the thing we need to think? Since we're getting the pressure on the d file, right? So now if you go like queen g7, you can play the e4. That's why the move correctly is king g7. Since there are still a lot of threats in the d file, that's all. He can still defend for sure. It's not really over, but actually this game should be very instructive. Oh, knight e4. Oh, actually he decided to give away the pieces. I don't think that should be the best way though. He should play bishop e2 there. He should play bishop e2 to be honest. Should play this way. Bishop e2 here. Okay, defending, but this is like okay, but I will take here. Now it's like converting the material. It is like yeah, desperation, but it is coming a bit early though. Bishop e4. Okay, now simply knight e4. Yes, it is. Flempel, you're doing red. Simply exchanging the bishops and get the knight to a very strong squares indeed. This is like a bit of desperation. That is not really necessary though. But okay, this should be winning for us. This must be winning for us. I want to try and go through the game again. And 50 subs from Dikayo. Oh my gosh. This is insane though, my friends. It's insane, my buddy. Thank you for that. And really appreciate it. Okay, still at 45. Okay, still. But once again, I really appreciate that. Queen takes here to the bishop, right? Okay, let's try and finish the works. Thank you, buddy, though. I really appreciate that. C3. He's trying to chase the knight, right? So now this thing is that what is the best square for your knight? If you go here, for instance, he can go like queen f3 maybe. That's why I'm gonna go knight f5. Not only I defend e7 square maybe in the future, but also this square is very good though. You can even think of knight f4 as well. And now your work is simply trying doubling things here and attacking this pawn on d3. You understand? Look at my friend, look at my friend. I mean, recently you and Chipoto are really carrying me. So once again, I mean, I got a feeling that I am like a small son. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable though. That's so adorable. Well, let's try to finish the game, and then you know, feeling like a kid right now. Queen e2, rook d7. Okay, now simply we like you know get the rook out of the game. And attacking his weakness, right? That's all. Group D8. Same thing now, work is simple. Bring pieces out first. Obviously, we can get plenty of way to finish the game, you know, like easier. But I think I want to play something that is like the most instructive. And I think like explainable, guys. I mean, explainable way, I don't know. But simply it is like, you know, I really want to play something that's, I mean, you can feel easy to understand. King here, right? King here. The king will receive in the square. Good for us. Let's see what he want to do next. Queen d2. Okay, now he want to defend the pawn here, right? Guys, okay, now you got like we're getting on time. I think we're getting on time here as well. But okay, now just find a way to win here. We got plenty of way for sure to win the game. Plenty of way, I'm pretty sure. Rook a7 is one of the best way. Trading rooks is the best way here. But actually I don't want to do that right away. I want to put pressure on this pawn more. So I will go for something different first. Queen d5 is good. Time for a tip of queen again. And center is good square for him. Rook a7 is absolutely playable though. I agree with that. I agree with that. c4. And this is like the desperado again. He want to kick my queen away. Queen here? I mean queen here is fine though. But queen, if I go queen here, you can go like queen e6. And rook d3 go queen f7. I think the queen will be much better in center, and I can slowly find a way to get the queen to where I want to. c4. This is very bad by him though. I know I don't want to play this move, but simply the queen here is pretty strong. Now I want to go queen f7. Yeah, Dikayo like queen f7 is great, but I think I'll go this way, queen c6. I mean, whatever it is, this is great for us. Knight d4. You can see here, right? Your knight here is super strong though. And now we go queen f6. with small traps. With small traps, he wanna fall for sure. He won't fall for. I know that. No, he fall for that. Guys, let's win here. Let's win here. Okay. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is like a trap that is something really powerful, really powerful in time scramble, to be honest. How can you make this card check here? How can you make this card check here? I think he didn't fall for that, but simply I just like jinx him a bit. The thing is that he's like, you know, run down time. You can see that he's playing well. He's playing well though. And yeah, you need to show some respect for sure. He just has 6 seconds left, right? F3 is great. He's playing well. He just, I think, makes some bad moves in time scramble. Queen b2. And this is the way to win. GG. 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 Yes, it's easy to get caught in those occasions for sure. That's correct. Okay guys, time to answer some questions for sure. Yeah, thank you for sure, and it was an honor for me though. Okay guys, time to get back to the game again. For the first time, how did it feel? How did it feel, my friend? Actually, how did it feel when first stream? Okay guys, let's try and come to the game review again. I need to go really quick now. Time to go to the game here again. What if I go majorly wrong? Good question though, good question. And Dania is playing. Dania's playing though. Dania, come on, Dania. Dania, come on, Dania. Let's win him. Okay, so I got some 1 red right now. That's nice. Okay, here. Let's go back to the game. Actually, that's not the first thing you got wrong. He played something wrong much earlier though. First of all, let's go back to the game here. Before c5. Knight 3 and f6. This is called the Nimzowitsch Sicilian, and I consider this one is like a very interesting thing to play for black in this game. No worries though, no worry. I mean, I appreciate that as well. f6. The main line is e5, but this is more complex for sure. This is more complex compared to the c3 variation. I mean, if white didn't know theory, he would, play knight c3 most of the time. He hopes that black can play this move, and it will be transposed back to the main line, right? This way. But knight c3, d5. This is the way normally black would play. Takes, this is the main thing. Now, knight e5 actually is wrong. For me, so I don't think that should be play. The main line should be 5 this way. Should be 5. Should be 7, and then knight e5 this way. This is the variation. Now, bishop b5 is wrong. Since white got a very nice ideas here with queen f3. Queen f3. This way. With queen f3. Why? Here, so you're taking both here and here, right? That kind of fork seems, if we play like here, we seem taking b5. And we're having a very nice position for white. If you play here, one can seem take this and b5. And here. So now guys, how can white regain the material? How can white regain the material with a better position? How can white regain a piece now? Pawn c4 I can run. So here, if you know the thing here, so the move is queen d5. This is like a good try for white to play here. Since now you take here, knight c7, right? And you gotta draw your fork. You gotta draw your fork, right? And this is good for you. Obviously, absolutely good for you. So, you know, the main line here continue with like knight f6 here. And this is the main line. And white is fine though, white is fine. Black is on the fine but a bit solid though. Okay, Captain Flint, I want to try to tell you earlier. To letter for sure. No worries. In the game text here, And d5 is a bit wet, a bit. I think worse for sure. Queen takes d5, d3. This is a bit, I think, passive. You can go b3 for sure. I think you made this thing by some player. I think there's someone plays against me though. I can play this move here, knight c6, or g4 as well. Actually, guys, I mean, sometimes if you want to trick some players, you can play this. Bishop e2 here, and bishop f3 here for fun though. This is very fun though. It's very fun. But okay, this is still the pawn hanging as well. But this is really fun, to be fair. But okay, the main line here is knight c6, this way. Knight here, and bishop b2, and bishop g4. And you play this in the future. I made a course in this variation earlier. But what I do recommend here for black is that if he really want to go for something offbeat variation and want to refrain from the main lines, this is great. I did play this one in classical as well, and it can bring me good result. That's what I want to say. This is fine to play in classical as well. Queen takes d3, knight here, bishop e2, g6. Not simply just developing here. Castle g7, a3, castles, rook b1, and b6. Actually, here flame out in the game. You asked me that you should play here earlier, right? But no, it's not working. I think I can simply play this one here. Bishop e3, takes and takes. The fun thing is that obviously you take here, rook a1, right? Rook a1. And this is not good for you for sure. Well, my main opening for black, I think the Slav and the Sicilian. Now I'm changing my cross a bit. I'm trying to play the e4, e5. And for white, Queen's Gambit, and the Catalan as well. I'm playing both Queen's Gambit, Catalan, and even like English as well. I'm playing plenty of stuff for white. But I rarely play e4. I only play e4 in some rapid games, but for white. So I love to play the Queen's Gambit and Catalan, and also the English variation as well. But obviously I can play e4 in some occasions, especially in some rapid games. b6, rook d8 here, simply bringing pieces out. Bishop d2, b6. Bishop will be really nice. Look at that in this diagonal. Thank you, JKO. Nice to hear that. No, this is English variation. The English Gambit is something different, right? I think it should be something different though. c3, e5. Now g5 here. Okay, actually, here is the first thing wrong. Your knight don't belong to g5. Your knight need to stay on d2. This is a normal thing white to do. You can see in the game that white will need to transfer this queen back to d2 in the future, right? This right away is much stronger. So you can go here right away and go knight c4, and this simply is better square, a better square for your pieces compared to g5. g5 here, b7, f3. Okay, now it's time. e4 is bad. Knight e4. I think I know your ideas, like you want to go e4 here, right? And you go for this discovery attack. But miss knight e4 for sure. The knight suddenly can capture us back on e4, and you lost a pawn for no obvious reason, right? d7, e1, a6. Knight e4, f5. Knight d2 is bad though. I think here knight g3 must be favored. Knight g3 must be favored for sure. Okay, you understand that, Captain Flint? Okay, no worries though. I'm happy and I'm honored to explain things for you guys. No worry though. Now I can try and go a little bit see it here, or maybe b5, b4, whatever it is. I should be still fine here, I guess. Knight e2, e4. Takes. e3 is bad though. You can take on the pawn here, this way, right? I know you can play this. But actually here, I think it should be hard for you to exploit this diagonal, right? Now the king will be actually pretty safe though, and it's hard for you to exploit this pawn here. Then just knife 3. It should be 5 for white, and also here, so it's not easy for you to, you know, like, I think exploit this bishop on b7, so it should be like around equal, I guess. Take here is good, and now this is a must. It's a must. In the game, I got some plan here to play for black. I'm playing this move, bishop a5. Put more pressure to this pawn here. So now if I play bishop f1 here, I will go to, you know, like maybe queen d6 this way. I planned this move earlier, and I think here I should be better here for sure. But it's still not over yet. I mean, he can still try to defend passively, and, you know, wait for some chance to come. The sacrifice on e4 is very premature, and it is like, you know, yeah, desperado, but it is fully unnecessary, right? Fully unnecessary, right? Takes this here 94, and now the conversion is pretty smooth for us. Here, so sadly, I mean, white got nothing to do. He can simply wait and see what black gonna do here, and defending some weaknesses. This is bad for him though. c4 is even worse. Pieces just come, you know, and here this is very nice, nasty tricks. And suddenly he fought 4. If you play the king h1 here, he can simply get out of the tricks. You can go to queen g7 maybe and trying to exchange the queen, or simply try and put pressure on this pawn again, or maybe this way. Like plenty of way to make progress here, right? And the game was over. Okay. Any question here? No question? Any question for the game and overall? I'm trying to answer everything now. Yeah, GG it is. I'm waiting for someone else if you want to get like some questions if you want to. If not, so yeah, time to read down here for sure. But okay, I expect no questions, I guess. Should be no question here? I don't know. Should be no questions here? Okay. Yeah, I don't think no question here. I don't even think there's someone here as well. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy the game and you can understand my explanation.